Hello everybody, my name is Zelnator. Now this is my 100th video! And for this, I am going to do a world tour of my main world. Now, there's quite a bit to see, so bear with me. If I'm actually smart enough, I will put like annotations to skip to like key points or something. So, this is here. This is, I think, spawn's a few ways off, but when I remember, I'll set spawn in here. So my main bed, and this might look familiar, because this is my giant map. Now there's a whole nother video on this. It is an older version, as you can see. I'm gonna show this off later. But there's a whole video just on the map specifically. I will try putting that link down in the description. And then one quick thing before I move on, this chest. I've thoroughly explored 3 jungle temples, and I saved all the goodies, so that's all it is. If I also remember, I'll put the seed down in description as well. So this is like my main hub and stuff. So that's where I had to chop down a bunch of trees. Anyways, so from here I've got multiple locations. We're gonna start with the oldest to newest. So we're going all the way to Dreamland, and it is called this because it is roughly based off of like a series of dreams I've had a while ago. I will get to that soon enough, but before I do, there is a whole nother video on this place, and I actually need to change it now that I've become enlightened a bit more. But this is my old school, and then over here is my current school. So check out the other video if you want to see it. And then here, I don't have much done. I don't even know where this is. I can't remember. I just blocked it. Oh, it's not supposed to go in there. Here it is. So I will quickly go through all the halls. You can already see down there. This is my main youth room. I'm proud of this place. Here I worked quite hard on. And over here, big multi-purpose room and various other goodies. I will be doing a video on this place once it's done, and if I remember when that's done, add more stuff. So, more main halls. These are some classrooms. Office, finance, and various other places in the back. Then out here would be the lunch tables and stuff. So, I'll get to that in a future video, because there's going to be plenty of that in the future. So now for here, the actual dream part of this place. So in here, this is supposed to be more, oh my gosh, stupid doors. More like a, it's not really a warehouse. Well, it kind of is at the same time, because it had a bunch of shelves and stuff. I don't know what was on there. And here I can go back spawn. And then down here, it led down to a old abandoned subway system, and this is a lot farther down than I remember, but it had to be nice and far down for multiple reasons. And then this, basically long dark tunnel, so if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna skip to the other station. I never realized that the texture changed. So basically, long dark tunnel, and then over here, this is like massive explosion or something happened. I don't know, but there was like this big ol' hole in the ground here or something. I can't remember. I swear this dream was from like years ago. So then back over here, gonna go all the way up. I can't quite remember, but there was like some more buildings, and then like almost like a garden with like a fence or something around here. So I haven't finished building that yet. This world is still very much a work in progress, and I don't know if I'll ever get to finishing it. I've got a lot planned. I've got a bunch of different sections, but after this video I will save this world, and then in the future have it up for download. So let me go back up. So not much there. Just dream about old stuff. And then I believe that about does it for this area. Now I can't remember if I hooked up this. I did. Okay, so that should work. So this is the next place. Where am I? Oh, I'm inside. So, as y'all can tell, this is supposed to be like kind of like a mix between an aqueduct and a dam in a way. Because over here you can see this is the proper sea level, and through much MC edit I drained out like most of the water. As you can see, all this was submerged. So this is more or so like a concept or something that is like never before seen in the mind of Zelinator from like years ago. I can't remember. So feel free to read the signs, but it's a long story that I'm not quite willing to get into yet. Maybe one day I will. And the next place is random builds. Here I've got 3 major things that I'm proud of. So this place, for a school project, we had to do like a PowerPoint and an essay on something I can't quite remember. Then I did mine on King Solomon, so based off of one picture I tried to the best of my ability recreating the throne room in a way, and I realized you can't actually sit on it. It's just a wall. So this is that, and I actually think I still have that PowerPoint somewhere. I'll get to that later. And this was for a Spanish project. We had to like make a letter of some sorts. So what I did was I took this as a picture. I'm not doing it right now. I still have the screenshot. And then since it was a letter, we had to like write on it. So I wrote in the white area, well technically typed, but I used the white area as the paper because I was too lazy and I'm not artistic. So instead of drawing my own background, I made this. I don't know why I decided to build it on top, probably because it was flat enough and most of this land isn't very flat. Then over here, this is ACE. Not ACE, AES. Another experimental suit. So I don't even know if this would be physically possible in real life, but the main source of its power is from all these, I can't remember exactly, but through the uranium fuel cells and stuff, so through nuclear fission and stuff. And I actually forgot to add, but there would be water storage tanks on the back to make sure that the fuel rods are constantly cooled to prevent it from exploding and causing a nuclear meltdown and stuff. So it's still incomplete. I didn't even finish the head yet, but it's an odd shape, so it's gonna be hard making it into 3D. Then over here, some of you may have noticed, but this measly little shack, but it may look kind of familiar. I got a good glimpse, but I kind of overshot it. In here, this is where I record Zella News. So this is my amazing little camera, what you can't see. And then, as you can see, I actually stand on snow because standing on the floor wasn't high enough. So I figured I'd stand, and half slab was too tall, so I just stockpiled like 2 layers, 4 pixels, 2 pixels per layer. Yeah, so 2 layers of snow, and made me boost me up just enough so that it looks nice. So that's it for this area. I will be adding a much much more random builds when I feel like it. And over here, let me go back to spawn. Google Map. So this is the place y'all saw on my map, and for some reason I can't. Oh, I gotta add the 0.5. That's my problem because I would need to. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I'll need to fix up those command blocks instead of 0.0 or 0.5. But anyways, if it would like actually stay loaded, would you kindly? They still haven't. I swear that the chunk flickering has been around since 1.9. 1.11 later, it still doesn't look quite right. So this is near my hometown and stuff, but it has a very important place, which I call Hobo Wonderland, and that did not work as fast as I wanted it to. Trying to see. So this is a freeway. You got some houses over there, more stuff on that side. Now if I can remember and find the exact spot, because it should be like way over here. These are trees and stuff, or these are the shadow of trees, and would you kindly stop lagging? Here it is. So this is the bridge that like goes across. So when I take the time to, I'm gonna lower all this freeway and then it raise the bridge up so it's actually 3D instead of just 2D, but I used a tool like Spritecraft, I believe. So then it took the 3D image, or it took the screenshot, the picture I took, and then converted it over to a schematic, and then I imported it. Here it is. So here's the off-ramp. So Hobo Wonderland is right here. Oh. Right where this little triangle is. It's called Hobo Wonderland because a bunch of hobos chill out here. Not just here, they also like, very few of them are like in this center. Some of them are over here at the other corner because that's the on-ramp. And then some of them also like chilling on this middle because this is like, it has a light that sticks up so it splits the road. So it's like raised up and stuff. I think it's sand. I think there's sand on it. So yeah. My whole goal of this was to make it an actual place, but I don't know if I'm like ever going to want to invest the time into making this whole thing like geographically accurate. Maybe one day in the future, but for now I'm a stick to working on independence, if y'all don't mind. And there are a bunch of rabbits and chickens everywhere. There it is. I'm telling you, this is a big map. It's a few thousand blocks in total. Now just looking at my wall map, it didn't look very big, but as you can tell, the scale of this is quite large. I'm trying to remember, am I too far north? I am. I'm supposed to be this way because I tried doing it like right in the middle divider of the freeway, which happens to be right about here. So currently I have one final place to show you. Okay, well, hold on. One thing first is, since I haven't shown you quite yet, is I realized these are quite smaller, and I may make them larger in the future, but I have my north, south, east, and west right here, which y'all can see. But yeah, it's so small that I'm going to need to work on that. But you can tell, this is spawn, this little square, and this is the map. So, final place is this one. When it decides to load. Thank you. So this, you're like, ooh, what is this? Well, this is a runway of some sorts, and you're like, what? Because it's underground. Hey, don't judge my imagination. It's amazing. So if I was like ninja enough and I knew Flans mod was guaranteed, I would have Flensburg plains. So basically, this whole place is some sort of like, in a way, a research facility of sorts. And I realized this ended up being quite a bit larger than I think my original scale on paper was. So, but either way, planes need a lot of space, a lot of space to land. And then this, nether portal representation, since I can't use actual giant portals, since I'm not command block literate enough. But anyways, so they would fly in and out of the portal, and that's how they would actually get back to the surface or other dimensions, other quick rides, Flensburg, wherever they want to be. So yeah, and that would be controlled by the entrance is way over here. It's very, very far location. Here it is. And I realize you can't open this door from this side. You can only open it from this side. On that side. Oh, this is not done yet, but this will be like a weapons testing range and stuff, so I'm not done yet. I'll get to this elevator soon enough. Those are stairs. But over here, now this place I just started working on like literally last week, so this is far from completed. I still have much more to do. So this would be like the main portal control in a way, ish. Now these are going to be like a bunch of layers up, so you can't see the portal from here. But if I go way back to this side. Now I may use this map if I feel like it, designing like test chambers for like if I ever do mod reviews. So these are the stairs to go up, but stairs are boring. I don't want to take the stairs, so I'm gonna go over here. Now no, this elevator was not my design. I used it from a different map, so I take no credit for that. I just turned the sandstone into iron blocks so it blended in better. So then this is going to be a second floor. Then I believe I was going to have like other mechanical and something else. I can't remember what I said. Workshops over there for stuff. And then let me go way back to the end again. Boop. So you can kind of see the portal from here. As I said, these are going to be like another 2 or 3 layers up. So yeah, that's about it for this world on what I have so far. So in the future I will have a world download, but I will be saving every version because it would just be a pain to add a new link every single time. So I'm gonna stick with this one for now. And hold on for a second. You can see how I said 78.0. I should set that 78.5, but I will get to that in the future. So I will be this is where I intend on having like my main creative builds and stuff be. Wow, this is almost 20 minutes since it's been through nearly 2 day cycles. So anyways, that's about it for now. Expect more from this world in the future, and if I ever feel like it, making this map 2002 blocks. But right now I don't really have the attention span for that. Yeah. And links to previous videos in the description. Thank you all for watching. Bye.